Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first bit of weekend. And that is this live stream, which is, I know, an hour early. Family vacations and long drives and all that just dictated I needed to do it an hour early. So, for those of you who are here, thank you very much. It's much appreciated. It might be a little bit smaller audience than we usually have just because the time is a little bit different, but that's okay. They can still watch it afterwards. And if you are watching afterwards, don't forget to like, subscribe, all that stuff. Today, we're going to be talking about some Prime Day streaming deals. There's some really good stuff, honestly. So we're gonna go through a few of those things today. Let's start with this one, okay? Let's dive into something, and then I'll say hi to everybody, just like I usually do. The Amazon Prime Video channels are going on sale. That's what we're going to look at first, okay? So let's pull this up here. This one, I was looking for, these are all over the place, but thanks to What to Watch, which, okay, so they do US and UK, but we're going to be concentrating on US, obviously. But I was looking for some place that kind of just laid out all the channels that they have deals on, and they've got them here. So we'll get to that in just a second. Basically, what this is let's see if I can zoom in even a little bit more. From now until July 13th, which, we still got 5 more days left to go, Amazon has slashed the price of selected video channels down to $1 a month. Okay, so I think, it's for 2 months. So it's a great way, obviously, for you to try something out. They're hoping that you try it out and forget that you got the trial, right? And that, or that you love it so much that you want to keep going. But still, $1 a month, nothing to sneeze at. So what channels are we talking about here? If you use Prime Video a lot, then you can use it to subscribe to any of these premium channels. So even down to Paramount Plus, which, obviously you can get it on its own, but hey, if you don't have it yet, $1 a month, not bad. Epix would be a great one. Discovery Plus actually would be a great one to do right now. You try it out for a couple of months because we don't know exactly what's going to happen with that and HBO Max. But if you want to give it a try right now, then $1 a month seems like a good time to get that deal. AMC Plus, BET Plus, Acorn TV, that's a great one. Let's see. And this is weird. PBS stuff, you should be able to get those for free, right? Because if you just get the PBS app, you can get that for free. So anyway, there are some UK ones there, but obviously that's not the list that we're concentrating on. So there you go. There's your first taste, you guys, of some Prime Day deals. Hope that helps you out. It's a little bigger, right? So you can actually see them. There you go. All right. So as we're looking at that, hello to everybody: William, Troy, David, Uwe, Nathan, Sylvia. Hello to all of you. All right. Let's see. You're off today, so here you are, Uwe. I'm glad you are here. Really, really glad that you had a chance to tune in live. I know there are a lot of people who watch these after the fact. I think we had a total of last week's stream. What did we have? At any given time, it was like 150 people, so probably like 500 or 600 people popped in, but it was like 5,000 people by now checked out last week's live stream. So I know there are a lot of people that come in after the fact, and I'm always pleased when some of those get a chance to come in and watch live and interact live. So Uwe, I am glad you are here. All right, let's see. Sunny recently got the Amazon Omni 75-inch TV. Oh, you know what? Let's actually let's pull that one up. I'm curious if it's still at that price, or if Prime Day, the prep for Prime Day is lowering that even more. Let's see. So you got the Omni 75-inch TV. Yeah, there we go. All right, let's see what it's at. Yep, still at $750. Okay, great. So, but yeah, the TVs are always a good one to keep an eye out for on Prime Day, but you have to act pretty fast to get those deals. But okay, let's talk about what other deals we've got to take a look at. TJ's here, Tim, Verta, Morgan. Man, everybody's here. Okay. All right. Nathan's telling us Roger Goodell said that, yeah, it's mostly Sunday Ticket, leave DirecTV and end up with streaming service. Yeah. The only question now is which one. Will it be Amazon, Apple, or who's the other one? Oh, geez. Who's the other one? Making a bid. I can't remember. Doesn't matter. Okay. All right. So let's look at some other deals. This one, okay. You know what? They say save the best stuff for last, right? And so I'm supposed to string you guys along, tease you with ooh, and I'm going to tell you about the biggest and best deals out there. Screw that. I'm going to show you the one that blew my mind. In fact, I think I titled this video like the Fire Cube is how much? Because it's set a record now. Let's see. There it is. All right, the Fire TV Cube. Let's blow this up so we can check it out. Look at that. $60 for the Fire TV Cube. If ever you have thought that might be a good idea for you, now is the time. Definitely give it a shot. Okay, so behind me here, I do have a Fire Cube. I've got a Fire Stick and a Fire Cube. And I quite like the Fire Cube. I use it, when I'm not using my Roku TV, I'm using my Fire Cube. Or Fire TV Cube, whatever they want me to actually call it. So yeah, $60. I highly recommend it. It's great to have a combined device. So it's essentially like take a nice version of the Streaming Stick 4K and an Echo Dot and smash them together. And usually I don't recommend the Fire TV Cube as readily because in the past, if this was actually retailing for $120, if it was actually going for that, then you get the Echo Dot for $30, and you get a streaming stick for $40, the streaming stick 4K, and you just saved yourself a bunch of money, right? But now at $60, it actually makes sense. So congratulations to Amazon for making this make sense. It is a good device. It's not quite to the caliber that you would expect as far as a streaming device, just a streaming device. It's not quite what you would get out of, say, an Apple TV 4K as far as speed, as far as responsiveness. But it is among the faster devices that I've tested. And it's got the Echo capability built in. I don't want to say her name, because if we say her name, it's like you say the name 3 times in the mirror and she comes to haunt you. So I try not to say it out loud because I don't want to activate all your devices. Anyway, so yeah, $60, amazing. What do you guys think? Let's see. Can you look at the specs and see how long the HDMI cord is? Okay, well, let's see if we can find that. Do they have that on here? What's in the box? What's in the box? My gosh. Okay, there we go. So they do have, oh wow, they actually put the Ethernet adapter in there. I forgot about that. They do not have an HDMI cable in the box. So how long is the HDMI cord? It is 0 length units, sir. And if you do get one, make sure you get a newer HDMI cord. You don't have to get an expensive one. Just get one that has, that was released recently, because you want to get that newer version of HDMI. So there you go. Let's see. Do they have? Yeah, nice. There you go. $60. What else do we got from you guys? Okay. Sonny likes the Fire Stick 4K Max. Yes. So do I. Better than the Fire Stick 4K? Yes. Yes. It does have more processing capability than the Fire Stick 4K. It actually has 2 processors in there, but the other processor is dedicated to running the voice control capabilities. Again, I don't want to say her name. Running that. So that's what the other processor is for. But the streaming processor in there is a pretty nice one. So it is quick and responsive. Yeah, I like it. Okay. Let's see what else we got. What other questions you guys have for me? That is too much money for me. So $60 is too much money for me. I'll stick with the Roku. So funny you should say that, Morgan, because I've got some Roku deals for you. I mean, if you've already got your Roku and you're satisfied with it, that's great. Oh, why am I so blurry? Okay, I think it grabbed me again. Sometimes I turn on the light, the streaming light that you're supposed to put on, but I get so like washed out that today I shut it off. But I think when I do that, it freaks out the camera, especially when I've got the light behind me. It's like, what do I focus on? So there we go. I just need to cover up that light. Okay, so Roku stuff. Let me show you some. I'll just show you a couple. Oh, you know what? Okay, I'm sorry, Morgan. Hold that thought because I thought this was actually hilarious. Okay, we're gonna come back to Roku. Oh wait, no, I'm gonna leave this up here because this fits pretty well. Okay, um, okay, you can get the brand new Fire TV Cube for $60. That's half off, 50% off. Amazing. Or you can get yourself this certified refurbished 2019 model for $95. What's it gonna be, folks? I was on the front page of Amazon. It kind of has suggested items, and of course they want to push their own items, and so there's a lot of Fire TV stuff and Echo related stuff. Anyway, they had this one right next to the other one, so it was like, well, get the refurbished one or get the brand new one for $35 less. So sometimes the algorithm falls down on the job. But I suppose there may be reasons why you would want to get the old refurbished model, but those would be very, very niche reasons. So, oh, I keep taking that away, but I want to keep that on there. Let's go to some Roku stuff. Okay. These are some excellent deals actually on Roku devices, and we can assume that these deals will look something like this for a few more days. With Prime Video lasting through what'll it be next Wednesday, I think it goes through Wednesday. Anyway, so $25 for the Roku Express 4K Plus. Okay, so this is last year's model, and that is still the latest model of the Roku Express. Okay, great. Now we've got the Streaming Stick 4K for $30. Okay, so this one was 25 and this one's 30. And honestly, it's kind of sixes, whichever one you would prefer. They're both quite good devices. For my money, I would go with the Streaming Stick 4K. Especially if it's only $5 more, I would do that. And you can get the Roku Ultra, this year's model, the brand new Roku Ultra for $78. So Morgan, I'm assuming if 60 for the Fire TV Cube was too much, then this would also be out of your budget. But if anybody has been thinking about the Roku Ultra, now would be a great time because this new model, it does have, it's got the Dolby Vision, the Atmos, it's got all the bells and whistles that it was lacking for a couple of years with the older model. So yeah, absolutely, now would be a great time. All right, what else we got? Okay, what's this? I like the idea of a little box sitting on my mantle by my TV, pointed at my modem. So now I have to add $15 for new cables. It's really $75. It's a good point. If you don't have an HDMI cable already sitting around, if you are upgrading though, depending on what you're upgrading from, a lot of times we have cables like that sitting around. I wish I could show you the door to this studio. So I bought from Amazon. No, I don't think I bought it from Amazon. I think I went to Walmart. But I got one of those like over the door shoe racks. Do you know what I'm talking about? Where it's got places where you can hang all your shoes. And I use it for cables. It's just chock full of cables right now. So I rarely throw a cable away if I bought it in the last like 5 or 10 years, because you just never know. Um, but I'm also crazy, so I'm not saying to do as I do. I'm just saying I've got a bunch of HDMI cables sitting around, and no, you can't come to my house and have one. It's a great question though. Let's see. No, they're not pushing the refurbished over the new. That was I think just the algorithm kind of knowing what I have looked at, and then I tend to look around at a lot of these streaming devices, and so it just like kind of threw up a bunch of streaming stuff at me, including that refurbished device. Let's see. I still use a many years old Roku Ultra. Yeah, I mean, I remember reviewing the Roku Ultra in 2017, I think it was, on the channel, so 5 years ago. And I pulled that box out last year, so 4 years later, I think, and it worked great. It was still great. So, hey, if it works and you feel like you don't need to spend the money, great, save that money. Absolutely. Tony says this is early. Yes, it is. Yes, it is, Tony. It is a little early. I'm sorry about that, but life happens, and I had to push it up an hour. But that's how it goes. Let's see. Oh, David Orozco wants a shout out. David Orozco. Hey, nice to see you. Let's see. All right, Rebecca. You know what? Okay. The stick seems to overheat a lot. The Roku streaming stick. Interesting. I've never had that issue. I'd be curious to learn more about what's happening and why with your streaming stick overheating. I've never had that. But with this, I just bought the Express for $25. I need another mug. So this one has Reviews.org on one side, and it's got Craig is always right on the other. Now I need one that is, I think we leave that there because it's just so obviously correct, But on this one, we need a Reviews.org moves product, right? Like hashtag moves product. That's what I want. I want a t-shirt. Oh boy. Are those acoustic panels under your TV screen to help with better room sound? Yeah, they are. So you can see, like, there's the camera here. I've got the mic here. I've got a whole table full of mics over here. So I'm a content creator by trade. I do a lot of videos and podcasts and whatnot. And so that's not so much about the TV sound as it is just about the room tone. So it's not like, if you want perfect surround sound, you need to put acoustic foam behind your speakers. No, that's not what that's about. In fact, it probably dampens it a little bit, and it may hurt my sound just a little, as far as TV watching goes. But at this point, with the stream bar, the speakers, the surround speakers, and the subwoofer, it can dampen a little bit, and I'm not gonna worry about it. Let's see. You're the reason I bought it. Yeah. Moves product, baby. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Oh, you know what? Okay, we should actually, before I go off of this, so we've been talking about the Roku Express and the streaming stick and all that stuff. Let's use Amazon's comparison page to just take a quick look at those. Oh, come on. I know you can do it. Okay. We're not even going to worry about the other ones. Okay, here we go. Let's put me up there. Okay. So $30 is an excellent deal for the newer Roku Express as long as it has the voice and volume on the remote. And it does. The Roku Express 4K Plus, it does come with, let's see, does it have, now my mic is getting in my way. I can't see it. Voice TV controls. Yes, every single one of these devices has it. Private listening. Yep. Which, by the way, I'm sorry, but that is one of the best features in like all of Roku. For especially for people who live in like a small apartment or a place where they like to watch TV late, but they don't want to wake anybody up. It's awesome. It's really great. Okay, so Roku Express 4K plus, $30. All right. So what are the differences here? Oh, we didn't even get to the stream bar. That one's on sale too. We can talk about that in just a moment. Okay, so Dolby Vision is the big, as far as picture quality goes. The streaming stick 4K plus would have Dolby Vision. That's one of those things where it's like, if that matters to you, you know it. If you look at that and go, oh, that must mean that it'll make my TV look better. It doesn't. You have to have the right equipment for it. You have to have a TV that handles it, a streaming device that handles it. You have to have content that enables it, all that stuff. And so it's one of those, like something like Dolby Vision is one of those where I say, yeah, it's great if it matters to you, and if it matters to you. If you wonder whether it should, yeah, you can look into it. Maybe I should do an explainer video on Dolby Vision sometime, and Dolby Atmos, just so that people know. Like that, I think that would be a great question to answer. Right? Tell me if I'm right. An explainer video where the question is, does Dolby Vision matter? Should Dolby Vision matter to you? And Dolby Atmos. And so by the end of the video, you would know, I want to care about that, or I don't really want to care about that, because either way, totally fine. Okay. No one should buy the Roku Express. Well, if you're talking about the regular Roku Express, I tend to agree. It's not my favorite. It doesn't even do 4K, so it'll run in 1080p. Yeah, it's got the standard Wi-Fi, doesn't have voice control. And so if you are on such a budget, and this is a legit thing, if you're on such a budget that $5 does matter, I mean, like in the grand scheme of things, like that $5 could make or break your monthly budget, then okay, fine. Spend $20 on the Roku Express and you'll still be able to stream. This was the device. For a long time, the most popular video on our channel was Sabby, the intern. 3-4 years ago, she did a top 10 Roku channels video, and she did it on an old Roku Express, and it worked fine, right? So I guess I don't want to completely discount it, but I will say, yeah, usually it's $5 extra to bump up to the Express 4K plus, and it is 100% worth that $5 if you can spring it. So that being said, I think it's worth an extra $5 to bump up to the streaming stick 4K plus, because that one right now, let's see. Oh, this is the 4K, not the 4K plus. I wonder if I can find the streaming stick 4K plus. Oh, maybe I can just click on this because I'm smart. I wonder what this is at. Oh, this one's going for $65. Oof. Okay, that is quite a jump. It is quite a jump. And so that's one of those ones where it's like, yeah, if Dolby Vision really means a lot to you, then maybe, but probably not, right? So, okay. Where was I? All right. Who am I? I'm so confused sometimes. Wait, what is this? I must have missed something. And no, I do not feel bad about my shoe rack. I think it was genius. It doesn't look clean, but it's certainly organized. Okay, here we go. Finally upgraded to the newer Ultra, and now I get a purple screen. Roku is replacing it though. Yeah, that's weird. So just like like the Roku version of the blue screen of death, you just get purple screen. That sucks. I'm glad they're replacing it. Okay. What do I think about Paramount Plus as a streaming service? All right, so now we're getting out of. Well, actually, we could bring this into the deals we were talking about. First of all, as we talk about this, these are the Prime Video deals right now. So Prime Video premium channels. These are ones you can add on to Prime Video, and Paramount Plus is on the list. So you can get it for $1 a month for 2 months. Not a bad deal, right? So with that in mind, all right, what do I think of Paramount Plus as a streaming service? I really like it. It is okay. How do I put this? I like it in the same way that I like Discovery Plus. Yes. Yes. Which is to say that it is not one that I often go to, just because of the content. Okay, so Discovery Plus, we can talk about that too. Hey, look at there it is on the list, Discovery Plus. With Discovery Plus, I've always said with that one, I love Discovery Plus and how how it's set up, how much content they have, how it kind of takes. There were like three pillars of cable TV. It was like news, sports, and basically the Discovery channels, their whole suite of channels. And they took one of those legs of the stool and just put it on streaming for $5 a month. And it kind of took one more reason to keep cable away. And I love that. So, but the kind of content that it has isn't quite for me. Okay, so Paramount Plus, very similar. What was it called before? My brain is already too old to remember what Paramount Plus was called before. Anyway, it doesn't matter. CBS All Access, that's what it was. The content that they have on there, as a general rule, as a general proposition, is not what I'm after. I'm a huge nerd, but Star Trek, not quite my bag. And other stuff that they have on there. Sometimes they have originals. I'll pop in to watch an original movie now and then. But all that being said, it's just about the content. As far as the app goes, it's great. It works great. It's fast. It's a lot faster than the old, HBO Max used to be. So the app is totally fine. Navigation is easy-ish, mostly. Yeah. It's just about the content. So do I use it a ton? No. Do I like it? Yes. Boy, I sure do know how to stretch out an answer, don't I? Sorry, I'm late. Forgot we started. And well, that's okay. I almost forgot we started early today. I got a notification on my phone that said, it's like watch Reviews.org live in 30 minutes. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. Okay. This is true. Yeah, the Roku Ultra has the new remote, and it's pretty dope. Okay. Okay, interesting. So, I might have missed something that you were talking about earlier. If I did, I apologize. But Morgan says, this is why I don't buy Apple Fire Stick and Google Stick, or what? Google Stick, I like that. I wish there was a Google Stick. The Chromecast, right? I don't buy any of that because Roku is the only one that has free stuff. It is not. In fact, Morgan, now that being said, I think Roku's great. I'm a daily Roku user. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you should switch. I'm just saying if that's why you're sticking with Roku, then you might want to look at other devices. I've got a couple dozen videos on this channel probably now that are the top 10 free channels or the top 10 hidden gems or whatever on all of those devices. Fire Stick, Apple TV, Chromecast, it's got them all. So in fact there are channels or apps that you can get on those other devices that you can't get on Roku, like Twitch, which matters to me. But anyway, so yeah, no, Roku is not the only one with free stuff. They all have a lot of free stuff. As I'm fond of saying in those videos, if you cut the cord in order to save money, and now you're getting frustrated because you feel like you're spending a lot on, $20 on Netflix and $15 on HBO Max and this and that and the other. If you're getting frustrated, you don't ever have to pay for content ever again. There's so much good stuff on Pluto and Tubi and, what's the other really, really great free one? Well, YouTube, I mean, for example. Anyway, you can get all those things on every device. So, okay. Let's see. What do you think about BET Plus as a streaming service? I have only ever popped into BET Plus. I've never done a full review. I think I can't remember if Tashaka ever did a review for BET Plus on this channel. If he hasn't, we should have him do that. Um, as you might be able to tell, I'm not exactly the target audience for BET Plus, and so I haven't ever tried to give it like a real big boy review, just because like I wouldn't know really where to start. But as I popped into the app, kind of like similar to Paramount Plus, the content isn't necessarily aimed at me. It's not what I'm looking for, but the app worked great. Again, easy to navigate, quick, all that stuff. So, yeah, if the content is what you're after, it's definitely worth. What is it? It's like $5 or $7. It's not that much. Let's see, BET Plus pricing. What's it at? Oh, it's $10 a month now. Oh, that jumped. Okay. You can save 20% by opting for an annual subscription, so that drops down to $8 a month. Anyway, so yeah, it's good. I wonder if they'll do if they will also get on board with the ad supported tier. I bet all of them will at some point. Okay. Ooh, here's a great question. I feel like I've got a hair kind of tickling my neck. Sorry. Oh yeah, I got it. How does the Roku Express compare to OnStick? Great question. It would be the Roku Express would be, in my opinion, the superior option. And as sluggish as the the base model Roku Express can be, the OnStick was nearly unusable. Now, that being said, I haven't used it since the first, I think it had been out for like a week or two, and I drove out to Walmart to pick one up and test it out. And so it's possible that they've made some improvements, some software improvements. Well, I mean, they're just running Android TV, but it's possible that they made some improvements to it so that it's better now than it was when I tested it around this time last year. But I'm not holding my breath. In my experience, the OnStick, so the OnStick was, I think, $25, and the OnBox was $30. And the box was, so if that's, 15% or 20% more, I look, math, yeah, 20% more. 20% more to buy the box, but it was like 80% better performance. So if you're looking at the On devices, get the box. There you go. Exactly. Twitch is not available where? Twitch is not available on Roku. At least, I keep trying every, couple of months to see if they've added it yet, but no, still not available on Roku. I've never been able to figure out why. There must be some, carriage dispute between the two of them. But yeah, anytime I want to watch an esports tournament or something, I use my Fire TV Cube. So there you go. Is the Air TV device by Sling TV any good? That is a great question that I can't answer anymore. If you want to get in a time machine and ask me 5 years ago, I'll give you a straight up answer that no, it's terrible. But I have heard that it is much improved these days. So I don't know. I would honestly, with something like that, because it's a device by Sling TV, and this is a good question. Is it any good? Yeah, it's okay if Sling TV is your go-to. If Sling TV is the thing that you pop into every day, the way that some people go into Netflix, or for me it's HBO Max or Apple TV Plus. If Sling TV is your go-to number one streaming service, then a device like the Air TV makes some sense, because Sling is basically its homepage. It's literally its homepage. You press home and it takes you to like your Sling TV menu. So yeah, does that make sense? If you're just looking for a streaming device, and you use lots of different apps, then not so much. But for a specific niche audience, then yeah, maybe. Are these streaming services like Paramount Plus hard to cancel? No, it's you have to do it through Amazon, just like you signed up for it. So is it tough to cancel? No, it's not. I assume that's what you're talking about. The Amazon deal, where you can get add-ons to Prime Video channels for $1. So is it hard to cancel after that? No, it's not. You just have to remember to do it. So if you just set a reminder on your phone or something, or if you've got an Echo device, you just tell it to remind you on this day at this time to cancel this, and then it's easy to do. Okay. I would love to see Roku add a coax jack in the back of their box so we can add our local over-the-air TV with free live channels Roku offers. That would be kind of cool. It would make the box bigger. It would make it a little more expensive, but it would be cool. I will say this: if you are a Roku user, and you're ever out shopping for a new TV, grab a Roku TV. This one I've got back here is a Roku TV, and it's of course got the coax jack in the back. So that's a great phrase. Got the coax jack in the back. I like that. And so it's it's easy to set that all up. Anyway. Okay. Yeah, the on TV box is still $30. Okay, great. So you've got the on box. Roku is better. I'm curious, Joel, if you're talking, is it the Roku Express, or do you have like a streaming stick or a 4K Plus or something like that? Let's see. Air TV box was slow. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was not great. Well, okay. All right. So great video yesterday. Thank you very much, Fraden. I would have swapped Twitch with Roku channel. LOL. I think I addressed this briefly, just like with an on-screen text flash up front, kind of at the beginning of the video. One of the rules I set for myself was that the apps that I chose needed to be available on every device. The only time I broke that rule was for Twitch, because it's only unavailable on a single device. Roku channel, I couldn't quite justify it because it's available on Roku and it's available on Fire TV, but you can't get it on, you can't get it on Apple TV, and to get it on Chromecast, you have to like do a screencast, right? So you get it on your phone or whatever and cast it to your screen. And so it's not actually available on Chromecast specifically. So for that reason, Roku channel, it was unavailable enough that I couldn't quite justify bringing it on, even though it is honestly one of my favorite free apps. It's just availability is an issue. So there we go. Any suggestion of a VPN that unblocks Freevee? What's being blocked? Or are you just trying to get international content? Suggestion of a VPN. I've got a few that I might suggest, but it's a topic that I know little enough about it that I don't quite feel comfortable saying, here's where you should go. So if you go to Reviews.org and check out the VPN reviews that they have there, that's probably your best bet. So go to Reviews.org. You'll get some good VPN recommendations there. All right. I live in the Caribbean. Okay. Go to Reviews.org. Check it out. Let's see. All right, I think I caught up. Let me see if there's any other deals that I forgot to mention. I think I made my way through most of them. We had the Fire TV stick. Oh, you know what? Actually, we should bring that up. Okay. Yeah, we talked about the Fire Cube, but we didn't get to the Fire Stick. So let's end on that today. Okay. We're going to pull this up. There we go. All right. So we talked about the Fire. Oh, that's the refurbished one. Let's forget that. So the Fire TV Cube for $60. That's an amazing deal. But if you're not in the market for that, The 4K Max is still, that's not much of a sale, right? So I would keep an eye on this. If you're thinking about the 4K Max, which I really like, actually. I was very impressed with it when I reviewed it early this year, late last year, sometime, whenever it was. Yeah, I really liked that device. In fact, it was out of the box because I got them both at the same time. I got the Fire Cube and the Fire TV Stick 4K Max. I got them both at the same time, and this one was faster out of the box than the Cube, which blew my mind. But yeah, it's got a nice processor in there. Okay, so keep an eye on that. Don't buy it today, but if you're thinking about it, maybe keep an eye out for actual Prime Day, which comes up early next week. But here's one, the Fire TV Stick. Now, this would be the Fire TV equivalent of the Roku Express. It is, in many ways, kind of out of date. It doesn't do 4K. It only does HD. They do have the updated remote on there, so you've got the voice controls, and that's great. That's a leg up over the Roku Express. But anyway, it's kind of comparable, where it's just not up to the same level as other Fire TV devices. But that being said, it's only $17. That is pretty darn cheap for a device that does work well. No, it's not going to give you the same performance as the other ones, but that doesn't mean it's a bad device. So if you're on a real budget, or this is a use case that I point out a lot. I don't see a lot of other people talking about it, but it's definitely a potential use case. If you have TVs kind of scattered around, you've got a little 24-incher in the kitchen, or you got something out in the garage where you work on your car, or like my dad's got a bunch of woodworking stuff out there. He's always out in the garage. If you got a TV in there, or in a home office or something like that, let's say you've got TVs scattered all over the place and you need to outfit them with streaming devices, and you want it to be uniform so that you have a good uniform experience across all of them, then something like this is potentially a good way to go. Especially if they're TVs that you don't use a ton, or if you're just kind of putting on something to have some noise on in the background. This isn't your dedicated I'm watching TV. Then cheap devices like this are a good way to do that. So you don't have to spend $200 buying 4 Fire TV Stick 4K Max devices, whatever. You spend, what would that be, $60 to get 4 of these? Well, a little more than that, but anyway, you get the idea. So yeah, I think that's a really great, really great deal there. This one I liked as a deal as well. It's not like you're not saving a ton of money, but again, keep an eye out. Maybe they'll put it on even more of a sale next week. But this Ethernet adapter comes with certain devices, but not all devices. And so if you have a Fire TV Stick, here you go. Yeah, if you've got one of these and it doesn't have an Ethernet port, then consider grabbing this one to, if you want to plug in. It'll definitely help with load times and lag and all that stuff. It's always faster to plug in, right? So there you go. I think we covered everything. There's the Express 4K, all the other Rokus. So yeah, hopefully that helps you guys out with some Prime Day stuff. I'm going to be driving, doing a little family vacation. We planned a vacation, and then gas prices happened, but we're going anyway. Okay, we're going on a road trip, and I'm going to be out early next week, so I won't be around to cover Prime Day stuff at that point. But yeah, I hope you guys all enjoy your Prime Day, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. I am going to head out and get packed up and get on the road. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, hit the like button. That is much appreciated, and it does help. It helps serve these videos up to more people. And so if you want to support the channel, you're welcome to send me cash, or you can just hit the like button. both equally great. So let's see, get a couple other things. Top 10 family movies for family movie night video. Hey, I like that one. Do you need to be subscribed to Amazon Prime to get the Prime Day sales? Yes. All right. Thanks, everybody. And I will see you next week.